So last night I got around to watching The Lion King remake from 2019, all CGI. Yeah. Oh, this is the most pretentious movie ever made. Into it, let's get.
Vaughan Job Vlog.
Yeah, so we're taking the beloved 1994 animated classic from Disney that made an insane amount of money and finding a way to make more money with it. And how do you make more money with movies already made? You make them again. Should have known that we're going to be in for a huge issue when we spent 35 minutes on this mouse. Yeah, this is elongated. The beloved original is under 90 minutes with credits, whereas this is 118 minutes, so we're going to be getting scenes we don't really need. And then you notice that Scar's voice is generic. Oh, but James Earl Jones is here to voice Mufasa. Everybody rejoice. Well, he sounds about 90, which is the truth. And I gotta wonder, was there always this much talk about being downwind? Hey, Simba, stay downwind. All the time. Oh, but the shiznit really hits the his fan when we get into song and dance numbers. We're gonna be hearing Hans Zimmer revisit the same score with weird African chant inflections. And of course you like the songs from the original movie, right? Well, you're going to be getting their lame cover version here, with all the high note key change bullshit that one expects out of Beyonce Knowles, whose voice is like a chalkboard getting shoved down a wood chipper. What say you we compare the I just can't wait to be king song and dance. In the original, Simba even emits like a cartoonish beam out of him. His imagination comes to life. The animals become even less realistic with their googly eyes, all participating in the song and dance. Oh, but in the 2019 remake, our hyper-realistic animals can't dance. They can not even really smile, so every song and dance number is just trumping along. Let's just trot through the water. Okay, that looks impressive, I guess. I don't know, maybe it's more impressive when people actually have to draw stuff out instead of just letting a computer do the work. You may notice that a lot of the coding is stripped out. Yeah, there's actually a lot of effort in the original to make Scar a bad guy. It seems pretty bad that they're calling him Scar. I mean, everybody else has a name it's not like, hey, small guy, right? But the original Scar was limp-wristed. Zazu called him weird. There were implications that he was gay, but not so in the remake. In fact, after he kills off Mufasa, he mentions to his widow, you could have chose me instead. You don't get the goose-stepping soldiers during the Be Prepared, which frankly now becomes the least memorable song I've seen in a movie. Shockingly enough, the crescent moon is retained, so we have that Islamic symbolism, so we're really hitting everything. Gay Hitler, Islamic terrorist. These were the things you're supposed to subconsciously be associating with Scar in the original film. And I know you guys don't believe me, but come on, how can lions possibly affect the climate of Pride Rock? Overhunting or not, the grass is not growing. See, it's Scar's in charge. The infertile gay leader. It's against nature. Oh, but when Simba takes the throne, everything returns to normal. And as other differences go, I feel worth bringing up. We have Scar. His relationship with the hyenas now is different. It seems like he had known them, whereas now he's meeting with them for the first time, possibly. They added way more female dynamics to this, and that is for better or worse, not really a plus or minus. I guess we needed to give Nala something to do, so there is now the Whoopi Goldberg hyena is now sort of like queen of the hyenas, or the boss lady. So Nala has to sneak off, and we get elongated scenes of this, which totally spoil what happened to Pride Rock while Simba was away. We're not so much seeing it through his eyes when he comes back, but is that reveal worth preserving in a movie you've already seen? So after Beyonce runs away, we get a scene where I think Simba is learning about atheism. Also, Simba's fur now goes through some Rube Goldberg to get to Rafiki. It's just kind of like, hey, look what we can do with animation. Look at all these different birds. Oh, look, there's ants. Let's throw in the dung beetle. Shit. Now, they really made no effort to make Billy Eichner's Timon bearable. He is now flaming. I mean, could this guy have any range at all? Does he just play himself? Yeah, so Simba gets convinced to return to Pride Rock, and we're trying to convince him in a sort of like more realistic way, of course. We can't have Mufasa appearing in the clouds, but we still get him to speak to Simba. But regardless of what they add, most of this feels line by line recreated. And I feel like they would have been better off going a whole different direction. Have completely different music rather than, oh, I don't know, African chants over the crescendo of King of Pride Rock, totally ruining a song that always gave me goosebumps. What was pithy and joyful in the original is now a circle-jerking exercise. And who can we thank for that? Well, did you notice the names of the credits things seem a little bit different? Check out all of these producers from a certain ethical minority whom I'm sure from their talents alone had their name rightfully attached to this remake so they could get a slice of the box office gross and not some nefarious plan to harvest the Lion King's name for an easy payday. Don't be surprised that I give the completely unnecessary The Lion King 2019 remake 1.5 out of 4 stars.
You just watched a video from my son. He's about 40 and lives in my basement, ladies. So subscriber and notify the bell for ringing.
Okay, I said what you wanted me to say. Now do the goddamn dishes.